Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am glad to be back with another video, and in today's video I'll be doing the Chelsea versus Liverpool match review. Of course, the game happened yesterday and it was an intense game. The first half was where all the magic happened, and the game, as you all know by now, ended with a 2-2 draw, and I will take it. Of course, Thomas Tuchel had to make a major statement by dropping Lukaku completely off the even substitute. He was off the bench, and this was a major statement. I mean, I mentioned in my preview that, okay, we might have to weigh our options and see which players we have to play, but I didn't necessarily think that Lukaku would be dropped, but for me, this was the best action that could have been taken. I agree with it. I mean, the players backed Thomas Tuchel, the fans backed Thomas Tuchel, and this was more of a win than a draw for us. So I know most times when you have a draw, I always say that this felt more of a loss than a draw, but this one felt more of a win and more of a statement that Thomas Tuchel is the leader and the players are under him, and this is not about player power. It's not about anyone being bigger than the club. And of course, some more news have been coming. Some rumors, of course, have been circulating about the whole Lukaku issue. There is a meeting being held today. I thought I'd be able to catch the news before it would drop, so I'll be giving you guys, but sadly the news is not yet there. But I have to give you guys a review. You guys are my G's, and I have to give you content back to back. So I'll be diving into, of course, the starting 11, the score prediction that I did, and I was kind of on point, but at the end of the day, this was a necessary statement to be made by Thomas, and it worked. It just worked on our behalf. I mean, of course, I'll be diving in what Thomas Tuchel said post-match, some of the things that happened in the game, some of the incidents that happened that were supposed to be checked as fouls, but they weren't. And you know, I mentioned in my previous video that the referee of this game is Anthony Taylor, having a history against us as Chelsea. It's pretty obvious. It is what it is. I mean, the last game we had a draw, and this game we have a draw, so it's safe to say both teams are on level, and it was just an interesting game. So if you enjoyed this content, please make sure give it a big thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Let's jump right into it. For the starting 11, of course, I was refreshing my feed every other second waiting for the starting 11, and a statement needed to be made, and this was what happened. So in terms of the starting 11, let's jump right into it. For the most part, I got correctly. So where I did not get it correctly, I'll just tell it to you guys. So in terms of starting 11, 3-4-2-1 was the formation, just as I predicted. And then in terms of the goalkeeper, we had Mane in goal, which was his last game. This will be his last game, as after the game he went on a flight with Sadio Mane, who they competed with, and he even made comments after the game, of which I'll dive into it. So in terms of the back three, we had Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and Chalobah, who picked up a hamstring injury, which will be screened today and updates will be given. Hopefully he's not out. And then in terms of the midfield four, we had Marcus Alonso. Then in terms of the pivots, we had Kante and Kovacic. I mentioned that Thomas Tuchel will probably go with this because we need that power. And we saw the power that came with this pivot. Both of them, one with an assist and one with the goal, so I'll be diving into it. Then in terms of the right wing back, we had Azpilicueta. I felt like he would be more suited for that role, so that was my prediction, and Thomas Tuchel went with it. And then in terms of the front three, we had Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount, and then up front we had Kai Havertz. Now, I was a bit reluctant about putting Kai Havertz to start in this game because he just came fresh out of quarantine, and I didn't think he'd be fit, but he proved the point. He was fit, although he was picking loads and loads of fouls. But anyway, I felt like the players really stepped up, and they had to make a statement on behalf of Thomas Tuchel and on behalf of the fans that yes, Lukaku did his interview, he said what he said, he did what he did, but at the end of the day, we had to do what we had to do. We had to step up. We needed 3 points, but the statement was more necessary because at this point, I mentioned in my previous video, Man City are clear with 10 points as of yesterday. So they're clear with 10 points. So it's safe to say they're running away with the Premier League, and for them to lose, possibly they have to lose 3 games. It's a whole saga. But I don't think Man City are looking to be dropping any more points at any point of the at any point as we move forward, but fingers crossed, anything can happen. And which team can challenge Man City? We're facing Man City the next time in the Premier League. I think that will be on the 15th of January. So hope we are the ones who will be able to bring them down. Of course, we have games back to back, so it's going to be a challenge, but challenges are not a new thing in Chelsea, and it is what it is. So in terms of the first half, maybe we'll just dissect it very quickly. In terms of the first half, now 5 seconds in the game, 5 seconds in the game, there was a foul against Mane, and the VAR did not even go back to check it. I mean, Pulisic did a post-match interview, and he said that was a clear foul, that was a clear red card, and Mane should have been sent out of the pitch. In terms of Mendy mentioned, yes, Mane is my friend, Mane is my countrymate, but at the end of the day, that was a clear penalty. Sorry, that was a clear red, and he should have been sent out of the pitch, should not have continued. But as luck would have had it, Liverpool were lucky enough to run away with that foul, and he was just put to the yellow card. So I guess the odds were in their favor in the first half, and I know Anthony Taylor has a history of just being so fast in terms of making decisions without even going back to the VAR to check, and sometimes the VAR can check. And for instance, the possible violence against Mason Mount, the possible foul against Mason Mount that was checked a bit later in the game, I didn't feel that was necessary. Okay, if that was given a VAR, then why wasn't the foul against Azpilicueta given a VAR check? Be fair. If you're going to be unfair, be unfair throughout. If you're going to be fair throughout. So Anthony Taylor is just a character. He's just a character, and honestly, that was absolutely unfair. So moving to the first half. Now, as the game went on, of course, we're progressing. Liverpool are not giving us time to breathe, marking our players one-on-one. We were just all over the place. Our minds were all over the place. Of course, the whole ruckus with Lukaku did not help a bit. And as Thomas Tuchel mentioned in the post-match reactions, he said that he needed to leave him out of this game for the protection of this game. But I feel like it was more for the protection of him and the players, because the players needed to be in the best mentality for this game. We needed to garner as many points as possible, and for this game, it was a point, and I'll take it. So as we move forward, Mane in the 9th minute, Trevor Chalobah. I know I should be bantering him, but I'm giving him a pass. First of all, he's not been so fit, but secondly, he's still young, he's still learning. He just signed his first major contract with Chelsea, so for him, I'll just give him the pass for this one. But he should have cleared that ball with his leg, at least not with his head, because Mane just saw the opportunity and ran with it. And 9th minute, we are 1-0 down as Chelsea. I was absolutely fuming in my life that I did with Sammy SK. I'll be linking it in the description box down below, so you can go back and watch it if you're interested. I was fuming. I was fuming, but I knew that we as Chelsea, despite the fact if we had lost that game, we needed to make a statement with Lukaku, in terms of Lukaku, because some people were saying that if Lukaku was in this game, we probably would have scored goals, but he wasn't. So hypothetically speaking, I feel like, we have had major games with Lukaku, not even major games. For instance, with Brighton, Lukaku was present in the game. He gave us a goal. Did we win? So sometimes I feel like the necessary actions need to be taken and to prove points, and this time it was absolutely necessary. So 9 minutes in the game, we are down 1-0, and then the game intensity is just too much. The players were so intense. Of course, Klopp was not present due to the fact that he had COVID, and so the assistant manager was there, and he was jubilating. I'm sure he was just like, I got this. Klopp who? Not in those words, but I'm just thinking possibly what he would be thinking, and I feel like he was very confident. So moving forward, Liverpool have gone 1-0 up, and they're just feeling overconfident, and Chelsea were just, the atmosphere in the whole stadium was just quiet. Everybody was seated, there was no chance, everybody just wanted to see how this game was going to go. And it was not a few mistakes, a few chances we had. Christian Pulisic had some chances in the first half that he missed. He should have converted some of those goals and possibly would have gone 1-1, would have leveled up, having a 1-1 draw as the game moved forward, and possibly increased our chances of winning. But that was not the case, and he later gave us back the goal that he missed. So moving forward, another mistake we made, we allowed Salah to run with the ball, and Alonso. Of course, Lucas Digne is looking to be signed on loan, and news are circulating that Everton are looking to offload the player. So Chelsea, this is your moment. Lucas Digne's situation, if he's able to come, hopefully he can do something. And so the 26th minute, Salah just managed to get that opportunity. It was very tight space, and he just made Alonso, he just curved Alonso. He just tricked him, he pretended as though he was going forward, he just moved backwards, and then gave Liverpool their second goal. And I was absolutely fuming. I was fuming because this would have looked like a loss. If this would have been a loss, this would have made Thomas Tuchel look even worse than the situation that was already in place at the moment. So I was angry. I will not lie. I was angry. I was blaming players. But in terms of Marcus Alonso, I felt like he would have been better. In this game, he was just not the best for me. Mason Mount too, not one of his best games for me. I feel like possibly when the substitution was made for Kai Havertz, he said it should have been Mason Mount, but I understand Kai Havertz, just came back, as I said, fresh from quarantine. He had an injury too, so he possibly could not play the whole 90 minutes. As the game progresses forward, a free kick is earned. We try with the cross coming over, and the goalkeeper from Liverpool just clears the ball, and everybody was running back. Rudiger was running back. He's like, damn it, we've missed it. Chalobah was running back. Damn it, we've missed it. Thiago Silva, damn it, we've missed it. But our hero in this game, my personal man of the match in this game, Kovacic just, I don't even know how to call it. Whether it's the mathematics in his head, whether it was luck, he just very composed, just this goal. It's just once in a game, once in a lifetime type of goals. The pace of this game was so fast, but the way Kovacic nicked in that goal, it just put the whole stadium in absolute chaos. Everybody was shouting. I was happy, and this, I feel like, increased our confidence and just put us back in the game. We had our confidence. Of course, now Liverpool were looking, oh shit, this game might go either way if we're not careful. The defense of Liverpool became a bit shaky, and this was our moment to add the second goal. So it was not even 3 minutes after the it was 3 minutes after the first goal from Kovacic, which had to be checked by the VAR. I don't understand why. Anthony Taylor, I'll have to give him a pass though. He did not understand why, because Aspi was like, why are we checking this goal? Why did we have to check that goal? But it was a clean goal. It was a clear goal, and 2-1. We are continuing with the game. And 3 minutes after, Rudiger with the beautiful pass to Kante, and I'm not surprised. Kante with the assist. Christian Pulisic maintained the composure one-on-one with the goalkeeper and makes us our second goal. This is where the game ended. And I feel like both teams now coming to the second half, it would have gone either way. But I feel like we just remained our ground. We had to stay strong, and we as Chelsea going to the second half, I felt like changes needed to be necessary, but no changes were made until I think the 70th minute possibly. But it is what it is. So coming to the second half, Chelsea had more attempted shots in the second half, but in terms of the shots on target, that would possibly have given us more goals to bring us forward as the winners were not there. So we had to settle for a 2-2 draw. Of course, in terms of substitutions, we had Jorginho coming in place of Trevor Chalobah, who suffered a hamstring injury. So in this game, of course, he'll have to be screened. Of course, this is the problem with hamstring injuries. You think it's gone, and then when you go back on the pitch, you play a few games, something just tickles it a little bit, and it's back. So in terms of Chalobah, he'll be going through screening today, and of course we have a major game on Wednesday. And in this game, we'll definitely have to make more rotations due to the fact that so many of our players, are possibly tired, or It's going to be a tough game, I'm not going to lie, but it's semi-final. We still have to bring our best players. Kepa will have to step up because Mendy is not coming back till February. And despite the fact that Mendy mentioned, Mane was supposed to leave the pitch after that foul, they were in the same flight going to Senegal together and will not be seeing Mendy till February. So we wish Mendy all the best, and I wish them all the best. So that is in terms of substitution. Then in terms of the other substitution, we had Callum Hudson-Odoi coming in place of Kai Havertz. Overall, I have to commend the boys, I have to commend the fans, I have to commend each and every single person who participated in this game, because we needed to make a statement and a statement was made. News will be dropping today about the necessary action to be taken against Lukaku, but as we go on forward, we should definitely be more precautionary. Of course, according to the Athletic UK, one of the players was asked whether they backed Lukaku on how he did the interview, and I think the player said that everybody was shocked, including the players, and they do not back him. Some people feel like the interview was supposed to be able to force a move, but it's definitely not going to be happening in the January transfer window. Possibly over the summer, but I don't think Chelsea are looking to offload the player. In terms of this game, I felt like Chelsea really showed up for this game. Yes, we picked up a draw, but at the end of the day, we take it. In terms of the next game, we face Man City. In terms of the Premier League, the next game we face is Man City. It's going to be a tough one, but hopefully something has happened, and during this transfer window we have made enough signings to make sure that we are able to face Man City, because Man City are quality right now. They are not suffering injuries and they're just doing the absolute most. So in terms of Liverpool, the next game is Brentford, and Brentford had the win over Villa at home. So it's going to be a tough one for Liverpool, but at the same time, Liverpool have shown quality in the past. So let's see what happens. Tell me your thoughts about this game. In terms of my score prediction, I predicted a possible win or draw for Chelsea, and it ended up in a draw, but I'll take it. We shared the points, and both teams are quality teams, so it is what it is. We are currently still second. Our next opponents are Man City, but as I said, Tottenham have not yet played few games. Man United have not yet played few games, so they have a possibility of possibly overtaking Arsenal and possibly even reaching us, because if Liverpool win their next game against Brentford, possibly drop points. So it is what it is. That was my review. Tell me your thoughts on the game. Tell me what you think will happen, to Lukaku after the meeting today, and let's see what happens. But other than that, that was my content. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe. It's always an honor, guys, and I'll be seeing you in my next video.